Hey! Happy Sunday!
Hope everyone's having a good day today.
Welcome to Fam Chat. We haven't done this in a while, I feel.
Well, we kind of did one last week, but it was our first one back after our trip, and it was a nightmare.
We're excited.
Yeah, we are. Hey, thanks for everybody who's already jumped in the chat waiting for us. Laura, Rooted Expedition, Mr. D,
We got Angie
Lisa,
Prop,
Bonnie.
and Laura.
As you guys already see over here, we got GeorgeTV, the fam, with us this week.
Yeah.
So it's been a while since we talked to him last night. Over at what the Paranormals channel. So that was a fun time to watch.
That was
interact.
A great show.
How you doing, George?
I'm doing fantastic.
Awesome.
Sweet. Sounds like you're getting busy again, huh?
Yeah. Sure.
That's cool.
Super easy.
Good.
I'm glad to hear that. I saw you had another video come out. What was it? Monday Inspiration?
I'm not right about that. It's Never Give Up with other YouTubers, but I'm not quite ready for that one either. I had another great idea about it, so I could have changed it again.
That's okay.
That's how it happens. We change our ideas every 5 minutes, so we're right there with you. We got halfway through our trip, made it to Florida, and then said, we're going home.
No,
that wasn't by choice, but
yeah.
It was a gas situation, but we were being safe.
The last time, I followed all of you guys' tips since that night. I followed everybody, you guys' tips. Stay was one thing, and I stayed with the motivation stuff. So
yeah.
Awesome.
Well, that goes along with who we are and how we function in certain ways, because one of our biggest taglines is "Love the journey," and you take any experience, sporting the gear.
I figured it was appropriate for your channel and motivation and stuff.
Mm-hmm. But with us and using the tagline "Love the journey," even when we had our trip, made it all the way out to Florida, then we had to turn back because of the gas situation. Mm-hmm. We still made it a positive. We could have easily have left it a negative and just been bummed out and drove home with our heads down. But instead, we made it a heck of a ride back home too, and we had some amazing experiences.
Yeah, we did.
And that's part of that. Oh, thank you, Misty.
Hey, thank you.
Let me see if I can find my mouse. There it is. Found my mouse. Best part of Sunday. Heck yeah.
TV fan followed by Rooted Expeditions and the after party. After party, I don't believe is happening.
But, we'll let Zach explain that more though. But I do again want to thank you for coming on the show, hanging out with us, and being part of it. I do remember co-hosting with Zach when you were on his channel, and at that time you were kind of on the edge of what you were going to do.
Yeah.
And
I was more like I deleted my channel, but it's that live stream I went up.
Well, just getting the fam in the chat involved, and getting all them to tell you what they thought and what they felt. We were telling them to post a comment, and all of a sudden it just blew up with that comment because all of them loved you. And so I'm glad you decided to get on that show with Zach, and I'm glad we were there with you.
That was a cool moment. Actually was.
And those times, I think it was 2 days before his show, I was like, should I tell him that I don't want to join? I was telling my doubts not to go up there. But then you know what? Let's give it a try. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. If it works, yes. So, and it might work. So
it worked really well.
Yeah, it did.
I mean, it seemed like you found people that loved you that you didn't even know existed. Plus, you found us.
Yeah.
So,
that's awesome.
But tell us a little bit of what's been morphing since you've been on Zach's show, since you've been kind of after that experience. What's been changing with you?
The changing with me, well, it's going slow, but I got like more like change into a positive way. Like I'm reading stuff. I'm reading like motivation stuff, and getting along more with my family. Slow.
Hmm.
I don't want to go fast anymore that way anymore because it will ruin me again. So since that day, I've been going like taking everything slow, positive, and I really don't care what any other people think anymore. So I just decided to move on after that. So it's been great since that day. I have my little up and downs, but it's not like before anymore. Like if something upsets me, like I just like move on. I don't wanna say anything negative anymore. I just move on. That's it.
Hmm.
Well, that's again, that's motivational. That's inspirational. You know, um, it was, and I can't speak for Marianne on this, but that stream was very impactful for us because we try to express how much we love our fam. We try to express how much we want to get done for them. I mean, we just drove across the country to meet up with as many of them as we could, you
Hmm.
know. And to see that kind of outpouring love going back into other creators like us was such an emotional experience for us as well because it's true when you can tell you're part of a solid family. You can tell when you're surrounded by people that truly care about what happens to you and everybody else that's around you. And I mean, my gratitude for meeting up with Rochelle G and with Zach, Rooted Expeditions, hanging with Honey, um, becoming part of their family was such a almost a euphoric moment for us because we came in as a channel that we were green. We were pups. We didn't even really expect to have a channel aside from going out and making a couple of videos and having fun. And when they welcomed us in and they opened their arms and they're like, "Hey, you're part of the family now. You're stuck with us," and we're like, "Woohoo!" Um, it's been solid ever since. You know, when we were able to actually meet up face to face with them, it was like we had known them for a long time. And I believe a lot of that is because of the bond that we formed because of YouTube
Hmm.
and by going to each other's channels, by interacting, by doing these type of shows. That's why I'm really grateful that you accepted to come on today's show with us, is because we know not only did we fall in love with who you are and what you're all about, but so have all the people over there in the chat on the other side of you. Um, again, it's I know your tag is GeorgeTV the fam, but you're part of this family too. So you know, out of curiosity though, when you put the fam at the end of your title, where did that come from? What inspired you to put the fam at the end of it?
Um, the only reason that I put the fan is because I got inspired by a channel. It's oh my gosh,
Mm-hmm.
I admire him. Like when I started my channel, I wanted to have that because I had inspiration from him. It represents him, like
Mm-hmm.
what he has done, like to a lot of YouTubers, inspiration to a lot of YouTubers. So I was one of them. So I decided to put the fan because of that reason.
That's cool. I mean, we watched a lot of Omar's videos ourselves. In fact, I mean, I guess we have to kind of give him a little bit of credit for our channel too,
Yeah.
because we've told our viewers that the way we started was we were watching a channel where they were doing a randonautica and they ended up in a kid's playground that was right next door to a cemetery. Well, it happened to be one of Omar's videos that we were watching. Got about halfway through it, we paused the video, downloaded the app, ran out the door with the camera, and That was our first video, you know.
Yeah,
And
true story.
you know, and even recently we were at the clown college or the clown cottage. Those are two different places. I'll wait for her to finish.
Tanking the gas.
Taking the gas. But no, we stayed at the clown cottage, you know. It would have been cool to meet him while we were there, but unfortunately he wasn't available. But it was still cool to kind of look around and see something that he created in person and kind of have a little bit of that experience of, you know, Tiffany and oh my gosh was in this room probably an hour before we got here, you know. But no, I mean that's really cool. That's really really cool. And how long ago was it that you started your channel the first time?
How I started my channel the first time.
Mm-hmm.
What did I did or
how long ago was it?
it was
2016?
it was 2017.
2017.
2017.
I think I kind of like I'm so close to What the Paranormal.
Mm-hmm.
We're like so close. But I don't remember the day because I decided to do YouTube in May, but I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what video to put, but I uploaded the first video in June.
Oh,
like,
cool.
There was a big storm. Like, you know what? This is going to be my first video.
So this is kind of an anniversary almost.
Yeah.
We're just right around the corner from June. That's pretty exciting.
And you're real close to What the Paranormal location wise too, or just relationship wise?
We're very close. Like since we started,
Mm-hmm.
become pretty close. She became my mom. Her daughter became my sister. And
Cool.
like we're super very close.
That is so awesome, and they're amazing. They're amazing supportive channel to be a part of.
I went to stay with them like a month, like on that 2019 family reunion.
Mm-hmm.
They came to pick me up, and I went to stay with them a month before that.
That's so cool.
So entire month I stayed with them. So I got really close to them.
Yeah.
Well, Amy has that personality. When you first meet her, I probably put her in a little bit of shock when I first met her face to face because I came running at her. But there's a reason behind that, because her and Rooted Expeditions have been good friends, but they've actually never met up and done a collab before. And we were with Rooted Expeditions earlier in the day and said, "Hey, you want to come with us tonight?" And he's like, "Yeah." And so I was trying to kind of pull a fast one on What the Paranormal, and I tried to get to the Goatman Bridge before him so I could tell her that, yeah, we got lost and somebody stopped and was kind of helping give us directions on where to go. And he's just going to swing by to check to make sure we made it okay. And he pulled up right as soon as we did, so I had to jump out of the car and run up to her and try to give her this line before she realized it was Zach. And so I barely got it out before Zach popped his head up over the car and she saw him and was like, I knew it. I had a feeling he was going to come. But it was cool to see them meet for the first time too in person.
Mm-hmm. That was a cool moment.
And for us being like I still call us, I still feel like we're pups, in the YouTube world.
We are.
But it was awesome to do a 4-way collab. It was awesome to be us hanging with Honey, Rooted Expeditions, and What the Paranormal, all in the same place at the same time, all with our cameras. It was funny because if a stranger walked into the area, you'd have to wonder what they were thinking because you got all these people walking around with cameras and talking to their cameras. And, people would be wondering what the heck was going on here.
Yeah.
But it was definitely a blessing. Now, we're going to be going back to Texas in June. Are you going to be coming out there as well?
Sure.
Still kind of deciding on that?
I don't know. It's like more as a no.
Well, if you decide to, let us know. Because we'd love to set some time aside and be able to go and hang out with you. And
absolutely.
Kind of talk.
And now that you guys are more close, more closer, we have to figure out something.
Hmm. But now, what can you tell me what state you're in?
Like,
What state you live in?
oh, Colorado.
You're in Colorado.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're going to be close to UrbexCon. That's cool. You're actually not that far from us, too.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
if you knew that or not.
When you guys told me, like, you guys, at first I couldn't understand it, but then like, wait a minute, they're from Mountain Time too.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Hey, we're super close.
Yeah, we're neighboring states.
Yeah, we're over here in Utah, home of the Utards.
Ain't that the truth? Yeah.
So with us doing all our traveling and everything, we are going to be heading out here again sometime in the near future. Hopefully, we haven't set a date yet, but it would be cool to swing by Colorado and hook up with you during our trip.
Yeah.
If you'd be down for that.
What days?
Well, when we do our trip, we haven't scheduled.
Oh, okay.
But when we do, if we can coordinate it with you and meet up with you while
Yeah, if
we're
it works out.
it'd be fun to go out and do a collab with you and just kind of meet you face to face and hang out with you for a while.
Do some cool stuff. That would be awesome.
I'm sure there's a lot of people that would dig to see that as well.
That was so cool.
Zach had to throw out. George will be at UrbexCon 2021.
Yes.
Apparently, there's no option with that one.
It's been announced.
What the paranormal says, we still trying to get him there. Well, it looks like Zach locked
If we got to drive through and pick you up on the way in, we'll do it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, you're not that far from us, so it wouldn't be hard for us to meet up and go out and do something. What kind of videos do you enjoy? Do you find the most joy in making aside from the inspirational, motivational ones? Do you go out and?
I love blogs. I haven't done it in a long time, but I love doing blogs. I do love explore. You know, like to go to places but just explore.
Mm-hmm.
See
food challenges.
Yeah, food challenges.
That was hard to watch, I gotta say. I was like, oh, that looks painful. Oh, the mustard bread.
Fill me in. Food challenge?
Yeah.
I must have missed this up.
Yeah, explain to the food challenges. And what started that?
Well, like since the beginning or
just how did you come about doing the food challenges? What made you want to do those?
Like I started watching like channels do it, you know, like I decided to do it too. Like, I want to do a super nasty one. And it was a long time ago. I did a really, really nasty cereal. I had mayo on it. I had mustard, ketchup, all kinds of stuff on it. It was the nastiest. I had raw egg.
Oh my gosh.
I had a lot of stuff on it. But I love food challenges. And
do you know what one thing that I really appreciate about your videos is that it seems like no matter what your content is, the main focus is just to inspire others and make people happy and spreading that love and positivity in different ways. It's not always the same avenue, the same direction, but the meat of it's still the same. Does that make sense? The message is still the same. And yes. I love that. I love that you find so many different ways to spread that, make people smile and spread that positivity. It's just awesome.
It like, I like to do that because like in some way, like it helped me, and I want to do like help others the same way, like motivate them, like if they go into a rough time, like lift them up, like it's not impossible, they can still do it. And that's the idea of me, to get the motivation stuff, like bring other YouTubers too, like show them story positive way, like I said, let's just spread it's been a lot of negative everywhere. For one time we should have spread the positive. So I decided, like, you know what, we're creating the positive line now. So bringing other YouTubers and creating all these like positive, their story, sharing their story, and that really helps me too when I'm editing those videos. It also helps me. I start crying like a little baby watching their clips, but it also helps me. But I know also will help others, and I don't know. Everything
It
is
does.
change. It's change, and I'm more positive than I was before, and like I hope one day I can get you guys to do one motivational Monday.
Yeah, we're down.
Hey, you just have to let us know.
Yeah,
I
we're
mean,
down.
let me know when I'm not doing my editing, so I can make sure I'm not stuck at the computer hammering on the keyboard. But Rooted Expeditions talking about the food challenge, TIPA TV food challenge. TIPA eats sugar-free cake, then takes the next 2 days off.
Yeah, that's the next 2 days.
You guys are doing that?
Well, it all started with hanging with Honey. And she was talking about how she makes a certain kind of sugar-free cake. And then her and Zach kind of talked about the aftermath of what happens with it after eating it.
There's some special ingredients apparently in that makes you love the bathroom a little bit.
So we have to repaint the bathroom anyway. So I figure we might as well try that out and peel the paint first, and make the process a little bit easier. Let's see. Michigander man, George is so supportive.
I've noticed that, and I appreciate that because it's like you were saying before. There's so much negativity in the world, and people are so quick to point fingers and cast judgments and be critical of one another, and it's almost like it takes more effort to be kind now, and we need more positivity. We do. It's just
like we create like negative with negative, like we just have to create the positive to the negative, because the negative's never gonna end. Like if we continue listening to the negative, it's never gonna end. So I think it's better to just like create only one line of positive only, like if other people don't want to do it, we can do it, like but that's on my end. I'm done with the negative. I'm staying all positive. If someone comes negative, just block and that's it. Move on.
It changes you. It changes it, like on a cellular level. It literally, like there's science that's even proven that it changes your DNA. Like it changes your structure completely when you're positive. A lot of people don't realize that. But I mean, think about it.
I was like trying to like what I'm gonna say in their channel. So I was watching like motivations because I went to work earlier. So I was watching motivation stuff on YouTube, and then I come out to this person saying that the creator said that I give you this path, but you have to follow your own. But if you create to add other stuff that they're not include, like native stuff, you're gonna crash. So you have to follow your own path, and so just follow it and ignore everything else, because if you listen to the other stuff, it's gonna be a disaster. You're never gonna get there. You're gonna have like curves, bumps everywhere. You're never gonna get there because we continue to listen to the other stuff.
Right.
Well,
and that's a challenge.
Yeah,
because it's everywhere.
It is. Last night it was again mentioning what the paranormal. I was watching you guys in there, and I was hanging out in the chat and stuff, and I didn't fully catch what was happening, but apparently there was some stuff happening in the chat that was creating a little bit of a negative energy, because the topic was starting to go in that direction. And so I started just dropping jokes one after the other, all my ho-ho jokes that I was dropping, and it was funny because you could see the intenseness of talking about this negative, and then all of a sudden they would read one of my jokes, and you'd see that huge shift in everybody because they were too busy laughing about the joke instead of thinking about the other thing. And that last one I threw out there, what do you call it when I'm out in a cow pasture? And you saw everybody was just like, what? And then I was like, tip a cow. You saw everybody lost it at that point, because Yeah. And that's part of the way that I try to deflect a lot of the negative is, I just try to shift the attention. I try to
Yeah.
shift the focus, say something random, totally off topic to kind of snap people out of it and kind of go another direction.
Mhm.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
then everybody's gonna start arguing. It's never gonna end.
Right.
like
Yeah.
for the negative people, you don't have to prove them with words. We have to prove them with actions. Like
Yes.
with action.
Yes.
That's the only time that we have to prove them. That's when we do the action. That's all we need. They will see that we don't have to prove with words like saying this, that, with actions. That's how we prove them. And I have learned that, and I'm doing that. I'm proving them the actions. So I'm not saying nothing to them. Just action, action, action. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, and to be honest, there are times where I think all of us hit that rut. There
Yeah.
are times where all of us find ourselves, for lack of a better term, kind of going down the rabbit hole of, you know, wanting to strangle somebody. And it's the people we surround ourselves with that I think makes a big difference, because you have a few different types of people that you could surround yourself with, and some of them would be like, yeah, you should totally go throat throttle them, and how dare them, and they should have known better, and they're idiots, and no. And then you have other people who are like, yeah, that was messed up, but let's talk about something different. Let's talk about something in another direction that's more beneficial to our conversation. Um, let's not give them our energy. Let's not give them our minds. Let's not give them control of who we are. Let's take that out of the equation and keep pushing forward. And sometimes it's nice just to be surrounded by people who are like, you know what, yeah, that was messed up, but let's not put our attention on it. Let's put our attention over here on something else. Yeah, and those are the people that I really strive to surround myself with. Those are people that she really strives to surround herself with. Yeah, and it really helps maintain a more higher positive mindset by the people that you're surrounded by. Um, if somebody asked me who is probably one of the most positive people that I know recently, personally, aside from Marianne, but I would probably have to say Rooted Expedition, because anytime you talk to him, he has
Yeah.
a smile on his face.
Yes.
Anytime you
Yes, it's
interact
so true.
anytime you interact with him, you're guaranteed to hear him at least laugh a handful of times through the conversation. And it's easy to make him laugh sometimes. I have to do something really dorky, like, take
Uh-oh.
this and then just slide this into the picture. I mean, it's easy to make him laugh, and boop it. So Zach is really a positive person to
Yeah.
surround yourself with, and you could tell it's genuine. You could tell it's not because he's trying to get something out of you, or he's going to gain something by hanging out with you. He's genuine. He really cares about everybody in his circle.
Absolutely.
And as you probably are aware, George, and I'm learning, sometimes it can get overwhelming when you're trying to be friends with all of your fam. And while your fam numbers climb and people are commenting, you're still trying to engage with everybody. But at the same time, you realize there are times where you can't really individually address every single person all the time, because that would be a full-time job in itself. What have you done in situations where a lot of people are trying to talk to you, but it's hard for you to communicate one-on-one back with them? What do you do to address that situation?
Oh yes, that one is a really hard one. To communicate with people, like for example, what I'm doing, like with the motivation stuff, like they're trying to contact me and everything, and and I tell them, I don't know what I always say. Like I just like, I'll just get back to you soon, and I don't know. Like I really don't remember how I tell them, but I always tell them positive way. I'm not trying to be mean. Like I'm a person that I don't like to be mean. Like uh, I don't know how to express that. Like for example, like if you guys send message to me and we agree to do something, you know, together,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know how to explain that. I just don't like. Um, I don't know how to.
So it sounds like you try to at least acknowledge, hey, I see you, I hear you, but
Yeah.
I can't, I can't necessarily be answering you right now, but just
Yeah.
I see you.
And
I guess sometimes it's just like my friend right here, Rooted, always said, "You have a blessed day, and stay positive, and I'll talk to you later."
yeah, and see, with us being a really small channel, we're already looking at it going, okay, this is a full-time job. We know people are sending us messages and they're expecting instant responses from us and things like that. And I could only imagine what people like, say, for example, Omar goes through, because he touches the lives of many people, and he's not able to be one-on-one with all these people. But I think one of the things that he does that I really appreciate was that he does a lot of his live streams where he just sits down and talks, tries to address a lot of the questions that people have, tries to interact with what he can catch in the chat and things like that. But I mean, it does get to a point where once you're that big, you're not going to be able to just be one-on-one with everybody, but you do your best, and you just kind of let fate take control, and you catch the messages and respond to the messages that you feel like you need to take care of right there on the spot. But communication, I think, is the best thing, even if it's not one-on-one, like Sunday fam chats. I mean, we started doing this because we wanted to talk with our fam, the people that follow us and support us. And for a while there, it became everything we were doing was live streams. And I think that got to be a little bit too much, because people were missing our content. People were missing our videos that we were putting out. That's what they were used to. So now we're finally going back into the routine of putting out the content at least twice a week, and then doing the live stream on the weekend. I missed everybody so bad yesterday. She was distracted. I grabbed my phone. I ran out in the backyard and I hopped on the live stream just to tell everybody, hey guys, I missed you. It's been a while. Hey, look at the bird. Look at the turkeys, or chickens.
Turkeys.
Yeah. Turkeys were across the fence, but that's another
Yes.
story.
That's true.
But just hopping in and letting people know that you're thinking about them, I think it makes them feel important, makes them feel special, because like we all say, without them we wouldn't be where we are right now, and without you, I know the impact. I keep pointing that way, but you're over here. Right. So,
there we go.
I know that the effect that you have made on a lot of people by your videos and by who you are, and even in person, you have touched the heart and soul of many and many people out there. And there's probably a lot of people you're not even aware of.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can guaranteed.
Which is probably the biggest gift you can give somebody, is just to put a smile on their face, just to make them feel good about themselves, even if it's only for a short time. That's a powerful gift that you can't buy in a store. That's a powerful gift that no amount of money can really buy, by making people feel good about themselves. And I commend you on that. I commend you putting yourself out there, turning on the camera, going live, and just being who you are, because that's all people want. People want the real George. People want the real TIPA TV.
Yep.
Now, I'm going to ask you if you had a similar experience. I'm tripping out on my hand. Sorry. I'm going to put that hand down for a bit.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to ask you if you had the same experience as we did, because when we started doing our channels and we started communicating with people and talking with people, more and more people were telling us they loved us. They were drawn to us because of our personality. They were drawn to us because of our chemistry and our energy that we put out. And it was more so that than the actual videos or where we were at or what we were doing. Did you get something similar to that? Were people drawn to you just because of your personality?
Yeah, like every time the first video that I uploaded, like I was watching the comments. Hey, I love you. I love your smile. You're always smiling all the time. I love that. Continue being like that.
Yeah.
And hey, I'll be and I decided to be like that. It's all smiling all the time, and every video was only that tell me you're always smiling. You're always positive and everything. And so I decided to keep it whatever they wanted me to do it, I'll do it. So I keep it in a positive way, like they were telling me, like in the comments, and it was so cool, like the support, like when you start doing a channel that you don't expect that you were gonna get in the beginning, and seeing those comments, hey, you're doing a great job, stay positive and keep doing it, and you'll get there.
Mm-hmm. And it's contagious, isn't it?
Yeah, it's contagious.
Because
But you just wanna doesn't matter what videos you do, you just wanna share it with them. So you just do a random video and just share with them. Because they will love it.
she has a very contagious laugh. When she starts on one of her little laughing sprees and she gets to the point where she starts snorting, it's almost like I could hear everybody in the chat laughing just as hard as her. And it's amazing. We had actually had an opportunity for the first leg of our trip to meet up with three of our fams, right? The first one we met up with, she's actually in here right now. I'm just pulling up her name because hubby bought me a fifth for my trip. I'm not sure what that's about, but Bonnie.
But congrats.
Congrats on your fifth, Bonnie. Figures that happened to be the one I clicked on. So we'll just kind of hide that message. But Bonnie was the first one we met up with, and seeing her excitement when she pulled up in the parking lot and saw us there, and seeing her get out of her vehicle, and immediately just kind of throw her arms around us, and
that was so awesome.
You could just see that excitement and the energy that she had for meeting us. And again, that is coming from us being who we are and what we're all about. My favorite part about that whole meeting was when her and Bonnie started snorting together. They were both doing the snorts together, and I was like, yes, this is the moment, and then meeting up with Trudy and seeing her excitement, meeting up with Beth and seeing her excitement, man.
That was cool.
It's a good feeling inside when you read the chats, you read the comments. It's amazing when you can read through the emails. It's amazing when you can read through social media, but it takes it to a whole different level when you're standing there face to face with these people and you're seeing how you have affected them, even though you had never been face to face before. And my gratitude for YouTube being a platform for us to be able to go to and connect with these people. I mean, it has its glitches and it has its little issues here and there, but YouTube is actually a platform that allows us to touch the lives of people around the world. And for you doing your motivational videos, you're motivating people around the world, and that's such a surreal feeling to knowing that you have such a broad reach of people that you can connect with that may not ever message you, that may not ever send you an email, that may not ever comment on any of your videos, but they're there and you're connecting with them and affecting their life in a positive way. That's what makes it all worth it. Paying the bills is important too.
Yeah, it is.
It
does help to pay your bills while you do this. Kind of gives give and take.
Well, sad. I can't really say like That's why I'm only call him like, hey brother, because I can say he's a sack, right? Sack,
Mm-hmm.
sack.
Mm.
Well, he from everybody, people always telling me, hey, it's gonna everything's gonna be okay. He did the last push, so I'm really thankful with him because he did the last push, and I needed that last push,
Mm-hmm.
and that push is what I'm doing right now.
Yes.
Um, I'm happy.
That's awesome.
He did a
I
lot, and I'm so thankful because of that.
yes.
Does that mean that Rooted Expeditions motivated the motivator? Yay! That's awesome. What were you going to say?
Well, you may have just answered it. I don't know. I was just gonna. I was gonna just ask you because life is what because life is what it is, and sometimes we get on these roller coasters. I mean, everyone has their ups and downs. I was gonna ask you, when you find yourself starting to sink into a little bit of a rut, or something's just not going right, and it just seems like there's just one after the next, they're just not going right. What do you do, or what is it that inspires you to get out of it? How do you pull yourself from that direction to say, okay, no, wait, I'm not gonna give my focus to the stuff I can't control. Like, what is it that helps you move on from that?
I think it's just move on.
It's just a decision.
Yeah, this decision to move on. Like if you decide to stay there and listen to that difficult stuff, you're gonna stay there. But my decision is to move on. If I stay there again, it's gonna ruin it again. So I decide to move on. I'm not gonna listen to that. So whenever I comfort that thing again, just focusing on going forward. I'm ignoring where it was on the side, where it was in the back. I'm ignoring it now. So whenever I comfort this thing, I just keep moving. They're calling and saying all these kinds of stuff on my ear, but I'm still moving on. I'm still moving on.
That's awesome. We're very powerful beings, and the more attention and the more focus, it breeds whatever we feed it. And so if you're feeding the negativity, you're going to see just that. That's all you're going to see. That's all you're going to breed. But if you see the more positive, that's what's going to keep coming to you.
Yeah, because you're the only one in the path. But if you listen to the negative, they're gonna start coming into your road, to your path. They're gonna be ruining your path. You're gonna be grumpy, upset. You're gonna be all kinds of stuff, hate and everything. But if you continue only focusing to move forward, they will not even get close near to your road because you're staying strong only on your road. So that's just my thing to telling everybody. Just continue, move on. It's gonna be hard not to listen to the side and the back, but keep doing it. Stay strong. Like it's gonna be hard. Sometimes you do really want to say something. You wanna, but sometimes it's just to move forward, never stop.
That's awesome.
There's gonna be a little bumps, but still continue.
That's right. There was I can't remember if it was from the Secret. I don't know if you know what that is or not, but I can't remember if it was from that or from one of those other self-help, thought things. But they were talking about how humans are the only ones that will judge ourselves over and over for the same thing. And so if we go out there and we do something embarrassing in front of a group of people, human beings are the only one that is going to keep reliving that moment throughout their life,
Keep beating yourself up.
And that's one thing that really kind of opened my eyes is that, I've made some dumb choices before, and we're our own judge, jury, and executioner, but the difference is that we tend to execute ourselves over and over for the same act instead of being able to let it go.
That's truth.
And so sometimes it's other people bringing the negativity in, but sometimes it's us creating our own negative energy without even realizing it, just because we're allowing our minds to relive bad experiences, even though it's already done and over with, and we should have already moved on. So learning how to let go of those, I mean, I think that's definitely one benefit that everybody can learn, is just to learn from it. I mean, we teach our children, all the time, if you do something wrong, admit it, own up to it, and then let it go, And as adults, a lot of us can't do that. We'll admit it, we'll own up to it, but we can't let it go. We always have to keep pulling it back in whenever we're down.
We keep punishing
whenever
ourselves.
We're doubting ourselves or feeling bad. And so internally, that's the only thing that could bring negativity into our life, is by us allowing that negativity to enter our minds. If somebody wants to be evil to us, we could either say, I'm sorry you feel that way, I'm sorry that your situation is leading you that way, best of luck with it, or, oh my goodness, what if they're right? What if I am this horrible person? What if I am this failure? What if I am going through, we aren't letting their words become our reality. We need to keep our reality where it's at, let their words be where they're at. Yeah.
Because we're all on a different journey. We're all on this, floating rock in space together, but we're all on our individual path and individual journey. And some of us learn certain concepts faster than others. That doesn't mean anyone's any better. It just means we're at different places, and we should be learning from each other, because, some things I have learned easier than someone else, but there's other person may have learned something that I have had to relearn because I'm just not getting it. It's just, we have different paths.
Yeah, I have learned from Zach that we have to listen to our heart, because our minds can trick us sometimes. But if we follow our heart, only our heart, it changes everything. But sometimes when we listen to our mind, everything gets so bad. So
yeah.
I think it's better like if we listen to our heart, to continue with our heart, not with our minds, because the minds are so tricky. The mind is tricked us sometimes, and trick us to go in the wrong way.
Well, yeah, I mean, I completely agree, because I hardly ever use my brain. That's a different kind of thing. That's a different topic. But using our brain to protect ourselves, but using our instincts and our gut is also what protects us at the same time. Because sometimes our instinct says, I better not go in there because there's something bad that's going to happen, so you don't go in there. But using your brain to say, hey, if I go into this dangerous situation, maybe I ought to bring a baseball bat with me in case I need to use it,
Yeah, having them work together.
Yeah, working together, but being able to when you get that gut feeling, or when you get that sudden instinct that it's time to run, don't think about, why am I feeling like I should run? Yeah. Something is telling me that I should run, but I'm going to sit here and contemplate it until whatever happens.
Use your legs and run.
Because I've been known to, I can run faster when I need to. Let's just put it that way.
But I can run faster.
I don't know. I think we're going to have to do another race, because I think some things have changed. But a lot of this show, a lot of this conversation is talking about motivation, and I want to see how many of our Josh uses Marianne's brain. That's accurate. Except when it comes to editing, then that's all.
Yeah, then that's totally not me.
But so again, since we're talking about motivation, I want to pull the people in the chat on this motivation topic, and I want everybody in the chat to give George a shout out and say something like, I love George. And I want to see how many people in that chat will actually type, I love George. And we are going to sit here and watch and wait and see. It'd be awkward if nobody did it, right? George, what happened? I'd type it, but
where's my phone?
I don't have my keyboard. So.
Oh, with our group, you'll have a bunch.
I think I'm just getting some lag going on, because the last thing I'm seeing is ha 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 Gary. There it goes. We got I love George, I live George. I like that one. Love George. What a great show. Wahoo! I love you, George. Love you, George.
Oh wow, here they come. Ooh, they're
Yep.
pouring in.
Just gotta follow that delay.
All right.
Then Josh, I use my wife's brain too. Hello, George. See, look at that. You're getting all the love in here. That George is awesome.
Yes.
George.
Well, so
George.
everybody loves TIPA TV too.
Oh, let's not do that. We do that, then we'll be here for about. Well, let's just not do that. This is about you, George, not us. We have our own moments. Oh, here we go. I love Josh, Marianne, Honey, Zach, and all the family.
There you go. That covers it all right there.
Yeah, if we just say I love the fam, then that'll
Yeah.
cover everybody.
It does.
You are loved, George, right there.
Heck
And this
yeah.
is why I'm hoping you continue to move forward, even if it's at your own pace, even if you're kind of working at a slow pace, even if you're kind of working at it, keep doing what you're doing, please. Because the more you do it, the more people you affect. The more people you affect, the more positivity you're bringing into the world.
And the world needs it. The world needs GeorgeTV, the fam. Plain and simple.
I think people just need more positive. Like that's what everybody needs.
That's why we need you.
But you're
bring
spreading
your
it out
positivity
there.
in, man. Make it
Yeah.
like bottle it up and give it away. I would say sell it, but it's kind of hard to sell it positivity and sell it. But anyway, make stickers. Keep it positive,
Yeah.
I'll just tell everybody. I will just tell everybody to never give up, even if it's super hard. It's easy to say it, but it's hard. I know it's hard, but the important thing is to never give up, because if you give up, it's gonna get worse.
Yeah.
That's my only advice to everyone: is just never give up on that.
Absolutely.
And like
You know-
other things, it's also good to have some close people that when you're starting to feel down or when you're starting to feel bothered, knowing that you have certain people that you could reach out to and say, hey, man, I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard day, and I just need somebody to talk to help pull me out of it. Surrounding yourself with those kind of people, I think, is really huge too, because, again, we're all going to go through those downs.
Mm-hmm.
But having somebody to talk to help pull us out instead of keeping us there. That's why a lot of people need you, George, because you help them out of their down periods. You gonna say
Well,
something?
yeah, I was going to ask you who is there? No, I can't English all of a sudden. Is there somebody that inspires you? Is there someone that you look up to and you say, man, that just really gets me fired up, and
right now,
or anytime, just
well, first was Omar, but he's here. He's in the chat. He knows. Josh, Seth.
You could throw my name in there. It's all right. I don't mind. I like to smile.
That's because everybody's tweet. I saw the name Josh and I say Josh instead of Seth.
Well, me and Zach are like brothers, so that's
Yeah.
all right. But Zach was your.
Zach is a really motivation person. He's always so positive with me and always telling me to just keep going, keep fighting, and that's what I'm doing right now. Keep fighting. That's the only thing you have to do is fight.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing right now. It's fight. And the thing that I do too is that he has the other channel too, and I watched all those videos already. I got so motivated with those videos, and Josh, I'm so thankful with him. Lift up, a different person, man.
I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your countenance. The way that we started, what was it, the other live stream a couple weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
I can see the shift. That's what's so cool. That's what's so magical.
And see, what's different about me and her is all I was hearing is, Zach, you need to make more videos. You already seen them all, man. You need to put more out there. Come on now.
It's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, so we're down to the last 5 minutes. I will be keeping a close eye on the chat, see if anyone has any questions for you. In the meantime, what is the best way people can reach you or get a hold of you?
Probably Messenger and Twitter, because I'm not really like, I'm more fan of Twitter than Facebook, but Twitter I think is best
Okay.
to hit me up. If they don't have Twitter, if they have Facebook or Messenger, but it's normally like Twitter.
Okay. So primarily Twitter is probably the best avenue. Okay. And do you have any videos that you're planning on coming out with soon?
Well, now I think I have a lot of people on mind to do a motivational Monday, and you guys are one of them.
Yes.
So I still have to talk to the other persons. Let's see if they want to do it. Like still talking to them. I don't want to add another people. I have to hear a yes first from a person. If they say no, then I'll move on to another person. So I'm so excited to do a motivation video, now motivation on Monday, and I'll be so glad to do motivation on Monday with you guys too. And,
Absolutely.
And whatever happened, I'll let you guys know if you guys upload the motivation on Monday. And yeah,
I'll limit the jokes I crack, I promise. At least I'll try to. I'm not going to promise.
Whatever.
I'll take that promise back. We do have a question in here from Misty. It says, George, are you still being bothered by paranormal?
Nah.
Good.
All right.
I'm glad to hear that.
I got so close. It's not a religion. I got so close to God now, so I'm good.
The light scared it all away.
Yeah, scared all the way.
Good deal.
Michigander man, I need to do a motivational Monday for Georgie.
Yeah.
Also, I was not able to do one because of me having COVID and recovering.
Darn it.
Yeah, I was telling him that, like in November, I think, but he couldn't. So if he can, we can do it now.
Doors always open, right?
Yeah, I'm always open for that.
Awesome.
Motivation isn't set by a schedule. It's whenever you get the opportunity, right? So, all right. Any more questions in the chat before we wrap this up?
I'll be super bad.
See, you're already just so positive. Everybody's just geeking out because they're
positive. You guys, I've got his links down below in the description of this video. Please, please, please go check him out. I think it's the latest video. I'll have to double check. It's one of the first two. Watch it. Seriously, you will get so fired up. It's amazing. GeorgeTV, the fam, what an honor. I am so glad that you shared what you did in that video, and I'm not going to give it away, so go watch it.
Cliffhanger.
But I'm going to tell you, like, it was very inspiring for me to hear, and just that authenticity. You were so raw, and it was just beautiful. I loved it. It really touched my soul, and I got to thank you. That was incredible.
That day, like, I was here, like, a lot of negative, and I was sad, like, why so much, why so many negative? And like, you know what, I need to do something. And like, I decided to not hold anything back. If I'm gonna say something, I'm gonna say it. And I decided, like, you know what, I'm gonna grab my camera and start talking. And I just did it. And start talking. And then, like, I wanted to share the positive. Like, everybody sharing negative, I want to share the positive. No more negative. So I wanted to show a little positive to everyone. So that's why I did that video.
Well, you could even hear it in her voice when she was talking about it. She was getting a little choked up while she was trying to get that out. So
really, it really, really touched me. It really did. I thought that was just amazing and brave. It was very brave, because you never know how people are going to react. You never know what people are going to say. And that was just spot on. I loved it.
Okay, so it looks like we're at our final hour. I personally, again, George, I want to thank you for coming on the show, hanging out with us. We would love to have you back sometime if you're down to do it, because it sounds like
I've never said no anymore. So
all right, so we'll start booking you for every Sunday for the next 2 years. You might have to say no for that. But I also want to thank everybody in the chat, because not only am I seeing a lot of regular faces, I'm seeing some new faces in there as well. I'm seeing that everybody is 100% behind GeorgeTV.
Yeah.
As well as TIPA TV.
Yeah.
And Rooted Expeditions.
well,
Yeah.
also thank you guys for inviting me to your fam chat.
Absolutely.
Well, no, it's not just our fam chat. You're part of the fam, buddy. You're stuck with us, just like we're stuck with Rooted, just like Rochelle's stuck with us. You're stuck with us. So, anytime you need anything, anytime you have questions, anytime you just want to talk, let us know, because we're totally down to do it. And like I said, one big family. Zach will shoot me a message out of the blue saying, "Hey, how do I fix my editing issue I'm dealing with?" And we'll be on the phone for the next 2 hours figuring it out. So that's what we do.
That's what we do.
She talks to Rochelle
Daily.
So
Pretty much all day.
that's why Rochelle doesn't get her editing done.
I know. I'm the reason.
So anyway, again, thank you, George. Thank you for everybody in the chat. We definitely appreciate everything you guys do. Thank you, Misty. You have a lovely week as well.
Oh, thank you.
We are going to have a premiere coming out on Tuesday at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. It's going to sweet. So will we. It's going to be a follow-up to a previous one when we found an abandoned church. This is going to be the next stop we made. And then we have the epic release coming out next Friday, which was the Freezer House.
The Freezer House!
If you haven't seen the trailer yet, we have a trailer posted on there. And it was one epic adventure.
The Freezer House.
Keep your guys' eyes open for those two premieres coming out Tuesday and Friday, 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And we're going to be getting ready, and then we're going to be hopping over to Rooted Expedition Show here in just a few minutes. And hope you guys can all come over and join us. So we love you. Thank you.
Thanks again, George.
Thank you again, George. We'll talk to everyone later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.